Hey everybody, big changes coming to our YouTube channel. From here on out, if you want to watch any episodes of the High Road television show, you need to head on over to highroadhunting.com. That's a good beer. All right, so we've got a 50 BMG here, and we're going to boresight it. This is the same rifle I've used on doing lots of videos. You know, online, there are people that absolutely love the 50 BMG, and I love it too because it's like I say, it's a big man gun, but it does a tremendous job for a hunter. And if you haven't checked out some of the videos that we've got on our site, you ought to go to it and check them out, because this exact rifle, I want to explain to you what we're going to be doing on this video. I have mounted I'm going to call it a brand X scope on it. This isn't my scope. This same rifle, if you wind up taking a look at some past videos, you'll see that I wound up sighting it in with a thermal rifle scope made by Pulsar. And I went through a whole detail about how to go ahead and sight it in with a thermal scope. And then we actually took this 50 BMG on a hog hunt, and you'll find that on our site. Previously, I took this Pinnacle scope, and I had this Pinnacle scope mounted on the 50 BMG, and I actually did a deer hunt with it, and that video too is on our site. Now, we get a lot of response on the 50 BMG and a lot of requests from people, and they've asked me, they said, okay, we've heard about a new boresighter, and here's the boresighter. It's made by Sightmark. And they said, we would like to see you boresight the 50 BMG. Now, boresighting, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's a simple way to be able to take and get your gun zeroed in, at least get it on paper real quick without firing a lot of rounds. Now, the 50 BMG shoots a big round. It's loud, okay? And even though the gun weighs slightly over 30 pounds, it does kick quite a bit, and it is loud. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and it's expensive. I mean, let's face it, this big caliber ammunition is expensive. So how do you reduce your cost, reduce your time to be able to get your big bore rifles on target quickly? Well, you do it with a boresighter, and here's how it works. It's basically a little flashlight that comes in Sightmark makes these things, a flashlight that comes with a little laser in it, and you load it inside your action just like this. Close your action up, and then all we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a look downrange. And all we're going to do at this point, now that laser is perfectly centered down the middle of the barrel. And down at 100 yards where I've got my target, my piece of cardboard, you can see exactly where that is. Now all I wind up doing at this point is adjusting my turrets, adjusting my crosshairs to where they're going to match up with where that green spot is down there. And at that point, we know that the crosshairs are basically lined up with the center of the barrel where that boresighter is pointing, and we'll take a shot. Okay, so at this point, we're just going to adjust the scope crosshairs directly in line with that green dot that you see on the target down there. All right, once adjusted, it ought to be pretty doggone close. And again, the whole purpose of showing you this is to show you how you can get on target with one shot using a good quality boresighter. Let's go ahead and remove the boresighter, put a round in, put our ears on, and take a shot. Okay, for those that have never shot a 50 BMG before, let me tell you, you need to wear 2 sets of hearing protection if you can. It is extremely loud because the brake on the front of it. The goal here is to just make sure I'm on paper. Once I'm on paper, it's real simple just to walk it in. This way, with a quality boresighter, you're able to get on target with one shot. And folks, keep in mind, this is at 100 yards. So let's just see where it hits. You see that? Okay, it is about 6 inches left, but it's a perfect elevation. At this point, it's real simple to correct. All we need to do is just walk it in and we'll be on. And that's the way that you use a quality boresighter to get your rifle on the paper at 100 yards with just one shot. And it's really important when the ammunition is as expensive as it is with a 50 BMG. If you like this video, share it with a friend. If you got any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below, and make sure and subscribe.